This is the Double Alpha single stack racer pouch. It's the latest addition to our pouches. The single stack is becoming a popular division in IPSC with the introduction of Classic, and more shooters are using the traditional single stack magazines. This pouch has the same type mechanism as the Racer or the Race Master pouches. It works just as well. The release that you get on your single stack magazines is just as smooth as could be. The aluminum wheel on the back works the same way and adjusts the tension from completely loose to very tight, which allows you a variety of retentions depending on the stage and the performance that you have to do. The pouches include 3 mounting points. You have a mounting point on the front and the back of the pouch, and this is for right hand and left hand users. But this pouch is also commonly used as a sideward mounted pouch, so the magazine is away from your body. This is in fact more popular in single stack because there you may have to carry 6 or 7 magazines as opposed to 3 or 4 that you would in shooting wide body magazines. So many shooters prefer to mount the pouch on the side so the magazine is away from the body, as that takes up less space on your belt and you can get more magazines in a comfortable position. So I'd like to show you today how to mount this pouch sideways, and it does require a little bit of adjustment, does require a little bit of fitting to make the process easier. The first thing you'll want to do is dismantle the mounting bracket which is currently assembled. You reach in and remove the center mounting screw. That will dismantle from the side. Center screw will come out with its adjustment plate. We'll set those aside for now. With the parts that you receive, you do get one extra screw, which is a round head screw, and this is the one that you're going to want to use for mounting the pouch from the back. The problem you'll encounter is that accessing the head of the screw is extremely difficult in this position. So to make that easier, the first thing you'll want to do is drill a small hole in the front of the pouch, simply to allow easy access to your hex key to be able to tighten that screw. The reason we don't include that in all of the pouches is that, well, it's still a small percentage of users that mount the pouch in this way. Perhaps 15 or 20% in Classic will prefer this position, and we did not want to add the expense of that hole in all the pouches, as most customers will not be using it. You begin by removing the spring and pressure spacer from the pouch. Again, you make sure the aluminum wheel is all the way in the back position. Bend the spacer backwards and slide it out the top. The easiest way to position the hole correctly using a drill, you can simply go in from the mounting hole and drill a hole through the front wall of the pouch. So now that we've added that hole, this is going to make our life a whole lot easier when assembling on the mount and sideward mount. Still, you do have to fit the screw through its pocket hole, and that, at least for me with my big fingers, is extremely difficult to do. I'm going to grab a little plier there to hold that screw and get it into its threaded position into the hole, just to make sure that it's in position for the assembly of the pouch. Now in this position, once the screw is in, I can use that hole that I drilled with my long hex key and hold that screw in place. And from this point on, it's an easy matter to assemble the bracket for a sideward mount. And there you have it, locked in place. Last thing you'll do is take your spring and pressure spacer, fit that back into place. That slides in from the top, always from the top, and your magazine will go snugly into place. That hole in the front there is not going to disturb the motion of the magazine. You don't feel that with the magazine in any way. It doesn't disturb you, and it will always give you easy access for tightening that screw, or if you need to remove it to assemble it back in the more traditional alongside the body position. Note that you cannot reach the screw from here unless you first remove the spacer, which is something that you'll have to do should you want to open that screw to adjust the tilt or the position of the magazine. So that is how you quickly and easily modify the pouch to allow it to be assembled in the away from body 90-degree mounting position. That extra hole here simply makes it easier to reach the screw from the front end of the pouch. If you don't want to drill that screw, you can access the head of the screw from the bottom, but it makes the process of tightening that screw extremely frustrating, as you simply don't have the width inside the pouch to turn the hex key. Drilling that little hole in the front, the exact position of the hole is really not crucial as long as you can get access with your hex key to the head of the screw. And now you have the Double Alpha Racer single stack pouch assembled in the 90-degree position away from the body.